start recording again. And just a quick walkthrough for Romina and Alejandra if you are still listening. I will do a quick walkthrough of the portal and we'll just wrap up. So like I mentioned, you will be receiving, you have already received a welcome email with your username and password on how to log into your OneCampus portal. If this is your first time logging in, please, you will be prompted to reset your password to something that's easier for you to remember. If you had participated before, please continue to use the same password that you had originally set up in your last term. Okay, oops, sorry about that. So this is just for demonstration purposes. This is my test account. As you can see, I'm actually a student with BSPA, which is a school in Sao Paulo, but this is going to be your student dashboard, and this is where you're going to be able to access your course from. You will see on this side, you will see your current courses, which will be Walden University, and then it'll say the course name, whether it's your IDST 2050, which is the Interdisciplinary Studies course. You'll also have the sociology, intro to sociology, intro to philosophy, and also modern popular culture course. And you'll see with Walden, you'll have two buttons. You'll say one that says go to classroom, and you'll have another one that says go to library. So if you are in one of those courses where you're going to have to use the Walden library, it's very important to note you're going to only have access to the Walden library through your OneCampus portal. So feel free to access that directly through here, and that's how you're going to get a lot of your reading materials for the term. Your Go to Classroom link will take you directly into that Blackboard portal that Eric just walked us through, and you'll be able to access your course that way. Another nice thing about this is that with the OneCampus portal, we are starting to send you recommendations on interests that you have identified. So like I mentioned, when you log into the course, you're actually going to be prompted to set up your passport. And this is really important. It's going to give you just some info. You're going to be asked to either import your information from a LinkedIn account if you have one. If you don't have one, we'll ask you to provide just a brief summary or a brief bio on yourself. You can also add in your experience and a photo. So this is mine, and let's see if it'll let me do it. I think mine is actually with my old AOL.com account. So let's see. No, sorry, I don't remember my link. But you have the option to link it up, and that'll import your information. It'll also show the other students and other users of the OneCampus portal where you're located. So in your case, it'll be UPC. For my test case, I'm in Brazil. If only. Based on the information on your interests, so once you begin, you'll be prompted to select certain interests, and you'll have, and for example, I previously selected that I was interested in arts and humanities and natural sciences, and now I'm going to say that I'm also interested in computer technologies. Select a few, confirm my selection, save my changes, and that's going to prompt our system to start feeding you recommendations not only on other individuals that you can connect with based on those interests or common interests, but you'll also start receiving recommendations for things like additional courses or any live events that we'll be promoting through the OneCampus portal or study abroad opportunities, different activities like that. So really, this is your opportunity to reach other institutions within the network that you typically don't have access to. In the Learn section, this is going to show you the courses that have been approved by your institution. Since I am a Brazil student, this institution has only approved one course. They'll be beginning this term. So this is the first one, but with UPC, you'll see 4 courses, and we're constantly working with UPC to expand your selections. So you'll see more options coming your way as we get further and further into our partnership with UPC. Engage, as I mentioned, these are going to be the recommendations based on my interest. So I am interested. Based on my interest, these are activities or study abroad opportunities that I can engage in that'll help me accomplish some of my goals. And finally, the connect. The connect feature is really nice now because we can set up our recommendations to not only connect you with other students within your own institution, but another institution, say Vinicius and I, we have the same love of Italian music, and we indicated that in our recommendations and our interests, and that's going to be one of the recommendations that's being fed to me. So I can actually see more about Vinicius. It tells me where he's from, the language that he speaks in. If I want to connect with him, I can add him to my portal, and if I decide that I want to reach out to him, I can send an email. I can also go in and view his full passport to see what he said about himself. And here he just says he does digital and innovation solutions. And that's pretty much it. If you did, let's go back to your, that's not what I wanted. Your passport. If you wanted to go into your passport and say that that you saw a recommendation that you were interested in, but you didn't have the time to look at it, you were running off to class that you couldn't be late, but you wanted to come back and look at that later, you do have the option of pinning it to your bookmarks. You can always click on a recommendation or some interest. Let's see if I can actually do it. Let's go to engage and say that I was interested in, let's do accessories design in Europe. So I can do more and I can bookmark this to view it later. And I can access it by going to my passport, going to my bookmarks, and now I can go back and look at that when I have some more free time to actually explore and learn more about the program itself. And I just deleted it by accident. But it's a really nice opportunity for you to be engaged, start making connections outside of UPC with other individuals who have the same learning interests as you do. And eventually we'll start rolling out more features with this portal, but it is nice that you were one of the first to actually experience the OneCampus portal for our Laureate International Universities. Did anybody have any questions? Romina, I know you're the only one, but do you have any questions or any concerns? Feel free to put it in the chat. Okay. All right. Well, real quick, some tips and tricks for all of our students. Great. So, can you see my screen, Eric?
I can.
Okay, perfect. So just some helpful tips and tricks for all of our students. It is really important that you stay on track and try not to fall behind. Although this is a self-paced course, it is easy to fall behind on your work. So some things that are important, I always say print out, save, jot them down, do whatever you need to, but I recommend printing out or saving on your computer the syllabus, the course schedule, and your term calendar so you know exactly when your assignments are due, when you need to turn them in, so you don't fall behind. Make your presence known. If you don't participate within your first week at Walden, you do run the risk of being dropped from the course for lack of participation. We want to make sure that you experience your course, that you're actively engaging with not only your professors, but with your other colleagues. Make sure that you try to get all the information that you can from there. So participate, participate, participate. I can't stress that enough. The nice thing about the course is that it's on Mountain Standard Time. So if you participate by 11:59 p.m. Peru time, you are guaranteed not to turn in an assignment late. Also, take the time to go over your online learning tools. This is the Global Student Readiness Orientation that you are enrolled to. So when you log into your OneCampus portal, you'll see 2 courses. You'll see your Walden course and you'll see an orientation course. The orientation course is a quick 30-minute overview that'll teach you, just give you a little bit more tools and learning resources on how to be successful, not only in an online class, but also it'll help you with how to manage your time, how to participate actively, writing techniques. Please remember this is a US-based institution. We work a lot in APA writing style, which is something that is usually new for some of our students. So take advantage of those resources that are available to you. The readiness orientation, like I mentioned, it's 30 minutes, but 30 minutes can save you a lot of time in the long run. And finally, today is your first day of class. So log in, introduce yourself to your class cafe. Make sure that you are participating by your first week. In your first week assignments, I believe your first week assignment is either Wednesday or Thursday, so make sure that you're participating by then, and usually you have Turnitin assignment due on Sunday. So make sure that you're checking your course calendars, your course schedule, your syllabus, and interacting with your professor as well as your the other students in the class. It's very, very important to note that if you participated in the August 29th courses and you actively participated and you submitted Turnitin assignments, please do not reuse these previously submitted assignments. As we mentioned during our presentation, Turnitin.com will not identify that it was your work. It will only see the match, and it will consider it as a copy, and it can be considered plagiarism. So please be sure that you are not reusing your work. And finally, this is the end of the presentation. If you have any questions about homeworks or academic questions within the Walden classroom, please, please, please contact your Walden professor. They're the ones that are going to be able to help you in that within your course. If you have other academic questions within UPC, such as how does this course relate to my program of study, that's your point of contact will be Antonio Andrade, and his email is provided in this presentation. And finally, technical support questions. If you have problems accessing your course, you can't submit a homework assignment, that's going to be our OneCampus support team. They're going to be able to help you with all of that. And I'm sorry, I think I just skipped over this completely. An additional resource that you will have within UPC is we have 4 instructors. One instructor embedded has access to the course within Walden. So for the HM&T 3001, which is this modern popular culture, Aldo Zarate is going to be your point of contact if you have technical problems. He's an additional resource, but also, like I mentioned, please contact the OneCampus support team. Introduction to Psychology, Antonio Andrade. Introduction to Philosophy, Daniel Flores. And also the interdisciplinary studies course is Aldo Renato again. So those are additional resources that are available to you through UPC to help support you. They'll also make sure that you're actively participating in the course itself. And but any issues that you have within the OneCampus portal or within the Walden Blackboard that you are having technical glitches and you can't get into, that's going to be this OneCampus support team. As we mentioned, they do provide support in 3 languages, Spanish, English, and Portuguese. For Spanish support, it's onecampusoporte@laureate.net, but you will also have it in English at onecampussupport@laureate.net. All right, and that is the end of our presentation. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to your coordinators. We're very excited that UPC is presenting the opportunity for you to participate in this October 10th start date, and we wish you all the best of luck in your new course. Oh, and we do have a question. In what part of the Blackboard is this presentation. This presentation is actually going to be provided by the UPC team via email. If I will be posting it on YouTube, so I'll try to make myself a little bit famous in the process, but you will have access to it in an open link. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you so much, and good luck to you in your Walden classroom.